Hello! Today I'll be showing you how I make my wild garlic or rump pesto. I know it's very basic recipe, very simple, but still someone has asked me if I can show you the way how I do it. Okay, I have no trouble with it because I like making pesto and I'm on it today, so I said to myself, why not to show you the way how I make it. It's just for me switch on the phone and I can tape it at the same time. So I'm using the whole wild plant without roots, of course. So I left the roots in the ground so it can keep growing for next years and it can reproduce and everything. But I'm using the whole plant, so even the juice from the stems. So stems and greens. Some people would use just rump or wild garlic greens, but I am using the whole plant because it's juicy, it's beneficial, it's nice and tasty. It's got benefits in the whole plant. I washed it and kind of dried before I started this video. So make sure always when you start your pesto that there are no different plants in it, because this wild garlic actually was growing in the huge patch of ivy. So not poison ivy that you have in US, but it was growing in with the ivy. You know, the type of crawling ivy that is everywhere, so it's good symbiosis for this wild garlic. So if you're looking for wild garlic or rump, you might find it in the patch of ivy, as it was growing this one yesterday. So use either Allium trichocum, I think that's how it's called in Latin, your rump, or use Allium, or I'm using Allium ursinum, wild garlic, any kind of garlic, you know, that is growing and is edible, of course, because they are related, as you know. So I just chop them so it will be easier on a food processor. I chop wild garlic, greens and stems, and I display them in the blender. So I did already half of it. What I want to say, some people add some seeds or nuts in pesto, in any kind of pesto. I like adding sunflower seeds that I already soaked in water during the night, so they are activated. That means they have increased value because they are about to sprout. And if you imagine the seed that is already sprouting, that means it's increasing its benefits. There is a life already. It's a new life created. Something new is growing, which means there are more enzymes, more minerals, vitamins. It's all increased. So this amount is increased, so it's more beneficial. You can add seeds or nuts, you don't have to, it's up to yourself. So basically it's wild garlic or rumps, it's sea salt, lemon juice, regular garlic. And I will be adding sunflower seeds. I like adding walnuts or pumpkin seeds, but I had sunflower seeds on my hand. And olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. I had sunflower seeds on my hand, so I soaked them last night. I will be doing half-half. I'll make wild garlic pesto with sunflower seeds that I'll pour in the glass jars, and then I'll freeze half of it. I will freeze one portion without sunflower seeds. I think freezing for longer period of the time is better without seeds. Someone wouldn't call it wild garlic pesto or pesto, saying or claiming, oh, that's not pesto because it's got no seeds, no nuts. Once it's pesto, it needs to have some seeds. I don't mind. You can call it whatever you want to call it. I freeze, or I make so-called pesto without seeds or nuts, and I found recently that the taste is very pleasant and I don't need any seeds or nuts in it. Sometimes I just don't have those seeds. So I just go very simple way. I'm using extra virgin olive oil. I think I will use the whole bottle. Put it in your wild garlic or rump leaves. So that's extra virgin olive oil. Then I already squeezed some lemon juice. I'm not measuring anything, so this is 2 small lemons like this. I will add everything, maybe it will be too savory, but I don't mind. Then some sea salt, 1 teaspoon, roughly 1 teaspoon of sea salt. This is sea salt. That's not too much, because I did taste it before. I was making this pesto a few days back. And garlic cloves, I don't know. As I said, I don't measure anything, so maybe 3. You don't have to, you can. but I'm adding it and it's extra taste of this pesto. Okay, then we will pop it on the food processor, of course, so it will blend on its own. So little, bear with me, little noise. Now this is the texture. It's still a bit liquidy. I'm going to add sunflower seeds in this portion. Then I will be making another pesto with another 1 liter of oil. That I won't be adding sunflower seeds because I don't want all pesto to have preserved with sunflower seeds. I prefer preserving it for longer period of the time without any seeds or nuts. If I had good quality walnuts, I am adding walnuts because it's excellent. It's very nice taste. But last year there were not good walnuts in Slovakia, and I am always taking walnuts from Slovakia. I was always using them from this country because that's my original country, and there are wild walnuts growing everywhere, but they were attacked by some kind of insect, so it doesn't matter. It just, you know, I'm not using any walnuts this year. Okay, so I added some sunflower seeds. If you're afraid that it will be a bit bitter on this pesto, these sunflower seeds, no, it will be pleasant. The taste is a bit different, but it's very nice with these sunflower seeds. It will be easier on digestion because I soak them in water, so that makes it all more digestible. All seeds that are activated, so-called activated, are more digestible, easier on your digestion. And on the other side, increased benefits, as I mentioned already. That's what is raw food based on. That's the philosophy of raw food. You know, all these soaked and activated nuts and seeds. When you're bringing them into life, so you're actually availing of benefits that are in activated seeds. So that's why I am fan of adding seeds or nuts in your food or in your pesto that are already activated, and I just hate using dried nuts or dried seeds in your pesto or on your food, if possible. You know, I've seen many chefs using roasted nuts. Okay, it's nice from the culinary point of view, but it's not beneficial from the health point of view, or not as much as beneficial as you know, you would be using activated seeds or nuts. There are still some benefits, but not as much as you would be using in activated or soaked seeds. Okay, I will blend it again. Now let me check the texture. Perfect. It's not too lemony as I thought. It's just about. It's good, and it's not salty. You can taste. It's 1 teaspoon of sea salt per 1 bottle of the regular olive oil. You know, the regular olive oil that you're getting from the store. I would be still adding even lemon, but that's it. That's about it. Now I will be putting it all in my glass jars, or I will be putting in the sacks that I will seal, vacuum sealed, and I will freeze it, and that would last the whole year, if not more, in your freezer. However, it won't last with my house because I'm using it on quite a regular basis, or I like using it or adding in any kind of foods, in my raw crackers even when it's out of the season. So I'm still having the feeling that I might add more leaves in it to get thicker texture. Also, it's better to use young ramps and wild garlic before it goes in the blooms, because all energy, it's still full of energy, and it's reaching the highest potency when it's before blooming, because then the whole energy is concentrating in creating the buds and flowers and the whole process. So get it as young as possible. Okay, I added more leaves. I will blend it again, and I will just put it in the glass jars. That I will show you one little trick what I do then at the end. Okay, so I will put it in the glass jar, and I will leave little space on the top of this glass jar on purpose. Okay, so that's wild garlic pesto. I'm leaving little space on the top, and now I'm gonna show you my pesto that I made 2 days ago. I had it in the fridge. It's here. This is pesto. Some of it was done without seeds, some is with sunflower seeds. I left some little space here on the top, but I had it in the freezer, so it's more firmer, you know. And now I'm gonna add little layer of the oil on the top. Okay, here is some olive oil. So I have little space here on the top on purpose. So I'm pouring little layer of the oil on the top, you see. This will preserve my wild garlic pesto longer. It won't be getting moldy, or it will be just prolonging its life shelf, and it's just perfect trick. Always when you use your wild garlic and you have little space on the top, or always just leave little space on the top, so you can pour wild garlic, you can pour olive oil on the top. So I will cover it with olive oil, and I will do the same with today's pesto, but first I will put it in the fridge, so it will get more firm texture, and then you can pour the layer of olive oil on the top as I did now. This will preserve it for longer reference. It's worth trying it, why not? I was always making it different way. I just closed the lid or twisted the lid, and that was it. But this way I found out that it's just lasting longer with olive oil layer on the top. So that's my wild garlic pesto. Hope you liked it, and looking forward to seeing you all around again, and cheers!